All the disrespect before you play back, button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend. Well, kinda, right? More or less. Buttons that need to be checked. Better late than never. Chapters down below, sub button right there. On the race. Well, so far we on the race to 80K, and thank you, man, for taking the 2 seconds that it takes to click that sub button and help the channel grow. It means the world to me and my family. So we's about to get this, man. People is calling this one possibly the scrub quote of the century. Y'all be the judge. Also be the judge of this deal that we got going on, because we got one of the most comfortable, but better yet, the most affordable gaming office chairs. The link down below because it's on sale. Then let's get some buttons. Let's go. All right, Butt Check fam, check it out. It's the new year, so you need a new chair, whether it's for gaming or your home office. The good news is Hoffrey is back once again with the big and tall office chair that holds up to 450 pounds. And the good news is it's on sale right now, 20% off with my special promo code BUTTON20CH. Just on the seat pad alone, like on the padded cushion, you get breathable PU leather, you get high rebound memory foam, elastic spring for rebound comfort, high density raw cotton layer, eco-friendly, and a sturdy piece of plywood, and that's all in the padded seat cushion alone. And this one, just like the others, also come with that really nice rock feature. You can lock it in place, obviously, or if you want to rock it, I believe it's up to like 110 to 90 degrees. It leans all the way back. There's also a knob at the bottom that you could adjust it how tight or loose that you want it. And one of the best features, just like the last chair, the armrests on the side go completely up. You can see in this shot, they give you all that space. So whether you're dealing with a pad or a stick, a hitbox, you have room. And real quick, this one has the lumbar support like the other one does. Now the other one, I don't know if you guys remember, it had a pump, an actual pump that adjusted the support for the lower back. This one actually has a knob. I'll put it on the screen right now. It comes loose, but you can actually tighten it like I did on the right underneath on your right side, and you can adjust it. It's really quick. Honestly, it takes like 2 to 3 seconds to adjust, and you could release it simply by turning it the opposite way. So there it is, Butt Check fam. Big up to the wonderful people at Hoffrey for sponsoring this video. Again, we work with them quite a bit, not only because they have the quality chairs, but they have the price. They have that budget that's oh so right. So either way, check them out. Now let's get back to checking some buttons. Let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna unpack it like this, the way it was presented to me literally just earlier today. So Just the Kid, AKA Jack, posted this saying, wait a minute, is that Chun? So I guess there's a Chun-Li main right here. Somebody posted, I'm just Cody, responding or actually tagging scrub quotes. This is a screenshot. I guess maybe they just ran the set. So they're tagging or talking to somebody by the name of Verbatim saying, I'm better, or he's saying I'm better. They say Giddy God, or Gwitty God says, GG. Then somebody else says, GG, you're the best. Verbatim says, I know. Then he says, games weren't good though. They say, Evo 2026 is your year. He says, nope. They say, that's a bunch, GG. Verbatim again says, tournaments are for the lucky. They said, are they? He said, yes. We're not playing a skill game. Okay, so that's it so far. We're not playing a skill game, which honestly, I'm assuming they're playing Street Fighter 6. We've heard that before. Some people taking the stance that, you know, it's a gamble. You got these damn, throw loops. You got drive rush. You got perfect parry. A lot of people think it's just a game of 50-50, so they say, or modern controls, and they're like, it's not as much skill as it used to be. But this is where it gets deeper. This is where we take that left turn right here. So somebody else responds to him saying, the way they think of the game dooms them to believe or to being eternally ass, kind of tragic. So they're like, you know, if this is the way you really think, it's dooming you to be eternally ass. But then Verbatim actually responds to this saying, it's less how I think and more so the nature of existence. Free will is an illusion. Everything that happens in the universe has been metaphysically set in stone since the Big Bang. Mena RD was always going to be the best. If I were destined to be or destined for more, it would have happened already. My man said free will is an illusion and everything in the universe has been metaphysically set in stone since the Big Bang. If it was meant for me, it would have happened. It was written. Mena was supposed to be the God. Since the Big Bang. When the bang happened, boom! A piece of that particle said Mena RD is gonna be really good in Street Fighter 6. That's how it was determined. That's some deep shit, ain't it? I don't know about y'all, but I feel like I need some weed right about now, or some shrooms. I need something, because this shit took me to another dimension. Then, as you can imagine, the FGC responds to that very sophisticated, very eloquently, right here saying, what kind of stupid bullshit? What kind of stupid bullshit is this? Somebody else said, Calvinist, FGC crossover, nobody expected. Verbatim actually responds to that saying, very much not religious, but a good one. Then Psycho. Y'all know Psycho. He actually responds to this saying, too much ego. We deserve nothing but to be humbled. It's fighting games. Everybody gets knocked out. It takes a minimum 2.5 Street Fighter titles of work every day to even gain the awareness of a pro. And that's only if you grind every day. The elite ain't getting there on accident. Work. Verbatim actually responds to that saying, you got a way of finding just the right words to resonate with me, man. Always appreciate it. So it looks like he's actually feeling what Psycho was saying. Other people, though, say the only thing this view does for you is guide you towards mediocrity, and there is nothing to prove that life is on rails. The only thing on rails is your mindset. He says, okay, but what if I'm just right? Are you suggesting to be good at something, you must first reject the fundamental truth of the universe? Like I said, y'all, I need some weed, or something. My son must have something laying around here. Then from there's a lot more debate between those two gentlemen. Others are like, so why bother playing the game then? Why look to get better or improve in any aspect of life? If things are destined already, then you get nowhere no matter what. Why bother doing anything at all and just sit and wait for it to happen? He responds though saying, that's the thing. We don't have a choice either way. We're on rails. There's no stopping the train. There's no controlling it either. You just do whatever it is you do until you die. If we had real control, things would be a lot different on the planet Earth. Then even more FGC is saying, this is the most depressing worldview I've ever heard. I no longer am confused by you. I am saddened by you. And bros using philosophy to justify being ass at a video game. Then going on to them quote retweets right here saying, you call this a scrub quote, but this is my new win quote from here on. My greatness was metaphysically set in stone since the Big Bang. Free will and illusion. I was always going to send you to losers. If you were meant for anything greater, you wouldn't have lost. Time is a flat circle. Now shake my hand. You got this legendary picture of Nemo and Itabashi. I love it. And another one saying, man had an existential crisis playing a fighting game. Anybody feeling this, by the way, should read Zacchaeus and look up absurdism. It actually helps. And Floyd Mayweather's existence has never once stopped me from enjoying boxing. Get better. It's possible. Believe me. Thus, coming to the conclusion and wrapping it up with these last three right here, saying, does this person believe in gravity? And right above it, generational scrub quote. But there's somebody that kind of rocks with it in a way right here saying, now hold on, the scrub quote is crazy, but free will is almost certainly illusory. And the funny thing is he actually responds to that one. He says, you get it. But then he responds saying, I think you followed the conclusion a little wrong though. Free will being illusion means your reactions obviously are predestined, etc., based on your organic nature composition. But that doesn't mean you'd be a fighting game god by natural talent and it would have happened already. And there you have it. How y'all feeling? Is the scrub quote of the century, or is the man low-key cooking? You know, a lot of ones that stood out to me when they were like, yo, this dude has such a crisis. He had such a meltdown with the fighting game that now he's questioning time and existence, determinism, why try basically, because it was predestined. Mena was the one, and he was spoken as the one. Guess what? That's why he's the one. But me, I wasn't in the story. You know, I wasn't in the conversation. Right here, this is the Big Bang. I wasn't in the conversation during the Big Bang, therefore, you know, I'm not the one. To me, presenting this story is in no way. I like to joke around. You know, we talk shit over here. We do it in fun. You know, this whole thing was not, hey, let's all dogpile on this guy and let's mock him. Like I said, don't go mock him or bring shit to his front door. Nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It's to present like the arguments. The arguments are so interesting to me because we're getting way outside of the realm of scrub quotes right here. Well, I've never heard this one, literally. And I think that's why the FTC is reacting so big to this. Like, whoa, we're talking about determinism? We're talking about Big Bang? That's the reason why you not winning? Big Bang? I mean, we've gone into the deep dives of politics, not here on Button Check, but just in the FGC, and that's why you see a lot of groups split. You got the whole EWC, Saudi argument, Evo selling. You got a lot of that stuff, but we have yet to go to determinism, to existence, to Big Bang. You know, we haven't really gone to these places. And now we're here. It just took 2026. Well, hell, it makes sense. We in the future now. We in the future. We might as well talk about some futuristic shit. How y'all feeling out there? Now, devil's advocate. I've heard this before. It's not just him. I've heard it before. I've heard scientists say, some of them, for one or two reasons, right? They got their own beliefs, that they did their own research or certain studies, and they do not believe in free will. Some believe it at different levels, right? They're not all the same, but determinism is like a real belief. I personally think it's horseshit. Now that's just me, right? Once again, if you disagree, let's disagree. That's all that is. We agree to disagree. But personally, me, I just can never get down with that. And I know there's a whole debate. We're not here for that. We're just here for this. But I never in a million years would have thought that I would have heard that argument or stance for not being good at a fighting game, or not being good enough, I should say. How y'all feeling? This is, like I said, I need Dirty Low, because you know Dirty Low be smoking his ass off. You know Dirty Low got that gas. That's why he be acting like that. I'm sorry, Dirty, I didn't really mean to put your business out there, but people could tell. People could just tell by looking at you, bro. Anyway, let's back up, get to this. How y'all feeling? I think it's funny as hell. In no way does it trigger me to like, oh, let's all talk shit or, nothing like that. I just think the debate and the stance is funny as hell. But real talk, once again, outside of this FGC and scrub quote stuff, there's a lot of people out there, including scientists, that actually believe in the whole determinism. I just, like I said, never thought that we would see it here when it comes to fighting games and Evo or whatever and being good. That's where it is. How y'all feeling? Let me know. There it is one more time. Thank you guys for joining me on this absurd episode of buttons that needed to be checked. But you know what? I had no choice because it was set in stone. Ever since the Big Bang, it said bang, it said button check. What am I supposed to do? I was supposed to check buttons since the big went bang. Since the big done went bang, it said button check. I have no choice. Sit in this damn chair, spin around in a circle, advertise, for hot, free, affordable gaming chair. Link down below. Check it out. By the way, I'm also predestined to tell you, I dropped a second video on my second channel today. I'm sorry, it's my third video on the second channel today of the new series, and it's called I Was Shot at 3 different times by 3 different people, and it's a true story about your boy. We getting more transparent than ever. It's not FGC stuff, it's just more transparent, real shit on that second channel. Link down below. You guys want to check it out. And I had to mention it though, because it was predetermined. I have no free will. So I'll let y'all go, and I'm gonna say, I don't know what it is, because I don't know what it is. But it's predetermined. And it's about to get better. That's also predetermined. Love you forever. Kiss the hand. I was supposed to do that. Peace. You already know I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna get up, because ain't nothing else to do. I'm gonna take my little chair. This is what I sit on, by the way. This ain't nothing but a little stool. Anyway, it's all predestined. It's about to get better. Love y'all forever. I already said that. See, but Big Bang. Big Bang. Shit, it's supposed to happen.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.